Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. In today's Star Citizen video, I wanted to talk to you guys about some starter ships, right? So IAE is going on. It's one of the #1 questions that gets asked all during IAE from new players or returning players or just, people thinking about getting into the game in general. What do I buy? What starter ship? What's the best? And the cool thing about Star Citizen is that you will get a plethora of answers, right? In chat, on Spectrum, you'll get Cutter, Titan, oh, the new Intrepid, or the Nomad, or all these. You'll just hear all these different ships from all these different people of which one's the best and why they're the best. And that is the beauty of Star Citizen. As we keep going along, as the game keeps getting developed, things are getting updated. They're getting designed around certain things to do in the game. For example, you have our cutter right here behind us to the left here. It's an industrial design, right? But it has like a very open industrial type cargo bay. And then you have the, brand new Intrepid for IAE this year, the brand new Crusader starter ship. And it has more of your well-defined kind of luxurious type of interior. The same thing goes with the 315P that you can't see. It's right behind the cutter here. It's your super luxury type ship. But on top of that, it's a 315P, so it holds more cargo than all of these ships in this hangar combined. And then to the right, you have your trusty Titan, which has amazing firepower, amazing maneuverability. It has that classic type aero design, kind of, now times type spaceship, if you will. But I wanted to just go over just some of the basics of these starter ships. This is not an in-depth review of all these ships or anything like that. I just want to talk to you about some things maybe you should be thinking about, what you're going to do in game, what you may want to do in game that might, define which starter ship you end up going with in, overall. So let's start by taking a look at one of the first ships here. Okay, guys, so the cutter. Like I said, this is like such your little type industrial ship. I remember people were going kind of crazy when the ship came out. It was so neat and so different than the starter ships that we had. Now, it doesn't pack any kind of crazy punch. You have, your 2 size 1 guns and minimal missiles. I believe it has like 4 size 1s. Again, remember guys, this is not like an in-depth review on these. I just want to go over some things that may, tweak your position on which ship you may want to buy. This is one of the reasons why I love the cutter for a starter ship. This open cargo bay, so this only holds 4 SCU of cargo on its cargo grid. You can see right there, cargo area. However, the cargo bay is so open that you can easily fit a PTV in the back of this vehicle. So now you actually have a starter ship that can take a ground vehicle. Now a PTV, if you don't know what a PTV is just like a little buggy. It's kind of like a little go-kart buggy or golf cart that you can get around in. Moves pretty good, but it's amazing when you want to say go to a bunker that's, you want to avoid the gun, so you need to park further away and like zip in to do the actual mission. This ship actually allows you to do that. While it doesn't carry, it's very modest on the cargo with 4 SCU. That really makes the difference in what the ship is capable of. Now, if we turn around and look at our new ship, the, Crusader Intrepid, it's completely different design. You have this asymmetrical design, again, very modest on the missiles, but you have this one gigantic size 4 gun on it. And we're, weapons-wise, if you're going to do something maybe, if you're going to be bounty hunter, maybe this might not be the best bounty hunter ship. But if you're somebody who loves exploration and things like that, but still wants to defend themselves pretty well, this could be the ship, because it has an amazing interior that's kind of very, how do I put it, very modern in terms of Star Citizen. It's very updated in terms of the game because it's one of the newer ships, so it comes with like all the new features. I do love this ramp that goes up, but you can see it's got this, that Crusader feel. So if a Crusader ships, or if a Crusader is where you're going for, maybe you're going to go up to a C1 later, this could be an amazing ship to start with. I think a lot of people love that it has these quarters and it has these weapons racks in here. I think it's really cool. You have your, little storage area, and you have your little spot for your spacesuit here in the future. Great ship, great ship. 8 SCU of cargo on this. So, you get, like I said, you get double the amount of cargo than you do on, say, the cutter. But you cannot fit a vehicle. There's nowhere to put a vehicle in this. So, you don't have a ground vehicle that you're going to be able to really shove in here. Now, you may be able to get a Drake, one of the Drake Dragonflies, but as far as a car or something, it's not going to fit. So a Pulse, I could see you getting a Pulse in here pretty easy. So we'll go with yes, it can fit a vehicle, just not, your four-wheel ground vehicles. So moving on, guys, let's get out here and take a look at a Titan and why maybe it's one of my favorites, right? So a Titan can pack a dang good punch. So like right out of the box, without even changing any of this, you get 2 size 3 weapons, and you also get a size 4 weapon on the front. And this comes with a ballistic Gatling. This is normally something I change out, but it is a great loadout for, a basic ship. With that, you still get your 8 SCU. You get your 8 SCU of cargo. Now, guys, when I say starter ship, I'm saying starter ship as in starter ship sub $100. Something that is, AAA type money. AAA games usually run from 70 to 100 bucks, depending on what type of game package that you actually get, right? So let's see if we can get this right here down. This ship has been a little glitchy for me. Whoa. So you can see, you've got a pretty good cargo bay here. 8 SCU, and again, this can easily fit one of those PTVs. An STV does not really fit. It bounces around way too much. I really wouldn't recommend it. So, but yeah, you can still fit that four-wheel ground vehicle or a couple of Pulses. So you have much, it feels like you have much more room in here to kind of, do what you want to do with the ship per se. You can put chairs in here. You can put a table in here. You can kind of do what you want to do with it. Now, it doesn't have the updated interiors as the rest of the ships because it's kind of old, right? The ship is very, very old in terms of Star Citizen wise. It's been in the game for a very long time. But that's the trusty Titan. It's actually one of my favorites. It's one of the ships that I have pledged. Again, mostly because of the looks, and that's the beauty of Star Citizen, because you're going to be flying around in your ship. Your ship is kind of your livelihood in the game, and if you're going to be spending a lot of the time in it, you might as well like it and like the way it looks and like the way it functions and flies. I love that it has the big cargo bay, yet it still has that fighter type cockpit feel. So last on the list, guys, I did want to talk about the Origin series. Now, the Origin is like your luxurious ship of the verse, right? It's your luxury brand. But they have so many different variants of everything, right? So you have your 315, your 325, just like the Titan. You have your Titan, then you have your Titan Stalker, and so many different variants of these ships that can be modified or can be changed along the way. Coming up here to the 315P, let's hop in and let me show you what I mean by luxurious. And these ships are absolutely gorgeous inside, right? I mean, I love the lighting around the top and the flooring. You have this beautiful interior. You have, look at that. You even got your wine glasses and such. You have your weapons rack, your locker. You have your your little kitchen and stuff. But the cool thing about these is the roof, right? You have a see-through glass roof. Just amazing, especially when you're out there, you're upside down, you're looking at a planet. It's just amazing. So if you're somebody who just absolutely loves kind of wants to be like the baller in the luxury ship, this is absolutely the way to go. Now, this ship still packs a punch. It still has the 2 size 3s on it, but where this ship actually differs is it has a tractor beam on the front. And it carries 12 SCU of cargo. So more cargo with a tractor beam, little less firepower as it carries 2 size 3 and I believe 4 size 2 missiles. But that's where I was talking about variants, right? So say you love the way this ship looks, but you want the one, you don't care about cargo, and you want to do more combat or something, starting out at combat, then you can get the 325A. You can see right here, this ship says 315P on it up here, but you can get the 325A. And the 325A replaces this tractor beam with a size 4 weapon. It also carries 2 size 3 missiles and 4 size 2 missiles. So it's definitely a ship that packs a punch. Now, guys, like I've said, starter ships are something that is to each their own, right? there are so many different ways to use each of them, so many positives, so many different looks, so many manufacturers. It's no different than if you're a Ford guy or a Chevy guy or anything like that. You pick the one that you're going to like and the one that you're going to enjoy, not just because it can specifically do something absolutely the best. Because I can tell you now from the history of playing this game, you're probably going to end up doing more than just one thing in the game, right? You're going to end up doing a lot of things, even if it's just industrial type stuff. Maybe you're going to mine a little bit. Maybe you're going to salvage a little bit. Maybe you're going to run a little bit of cargo and then do some bounties and just switch things up. All of these ships are capable of so many different things. So yeah, guys, that is just what I wanted to talk about with starter ships. So if you're out there right now, you're looking at different ships, you're looking at different designs, you're asking questions, and people are throwing out different ships. Just remember what you're going to do in game and what your path is, that you're going to follow, because that's going to make all the difference rather than listening to somebody that just says, "Oh, get this ship because it's the best." A big example of that is the Intrepid ship. The only reason I'm not a fan and probably don't own one right now is because it's an asymmetrical ship and the cockpit is not straight. If the cockpit was centered in the ship, I would probably own one, as it's kind of like, you know, a mini Ion or a mini Ares in game. But you can see that, you know, the cockpit is not centered, and that's just kind of throws it off for me. I like a symmetrical ship, and that's just what I prefer. So to each their own when it comes to purchasing, you know, your first starter package, guys. Do your research. There are so many videos out there, so many ship reviews on all of these ships that go super in depth for everything. Just do your research, have a good time, enjoy the game. It's real important, because if you don't, Star Citizen with all the bugs and stuff and all the stuff that we have to fight anyways, being in a ship you don't really like is not the way to go. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming to my starter ship TED Talk. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support. It's been an absolutely blast this whole last year. Was finally able to kind of get a semi-stream schedule going. So again, thank you. Always hit that like button. It really helps the channel. It's the best free way you can help, you know, any YouTuber out there, any streamer out there. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next video.